In this episode I go to some beaches, I rent a boat, I go on a very fast water taxi, enjoy a great pool at the accommodation, I go on a island hopping trip, trek in the pine forest, enjoy the amazing colours in the towns, and a plane goes over my head. Welcome to this latest episode of Gallivanting-About, this time in Skiathos. I hope you enjoy the video and find it useful. Skiathos has 70 beaches, some of them are only accessible by boat in fact. The area where I stayed is pretty much in the middle of this map. It's part of Greece, and out of respect, I learnt these main phrases. So this is one of the entrances to Magda Studios and Apartments, and the other one is on the opposite side, which I'll show you in a bit. It's a great place, very pleased. It's opposite bus stop number 23. More about that later. The accommodation was really nice and it was serviced every day apart from Sunday. The grounds were very well kept. There was two lovely people looking after everything, I think man and wife, including the maintaining of the great pool every day. This is the other entrance to Magda, this dirt track, and behind us, if you go in the opposite direction, this dirt track goes into the pine forest, and it's obviously quite narrow, but you get a lot of vehicles of all shapes and sizes coming up here. On the right here is the entrance to another place called Sunset, and that's actually a shortcut to the sort of west side of Koukounaries, and I'll show a bit more of that later. So the hotel's set back from the road, accessible from the two dirt tracks left and right, and as you can see there's a lot of properties in between. I'm not sure if it was one or two or three hotels at one point, but they're obviously derelict now. So I meant to ask the rep, or helpers they're called these days, what the story was there actually, but they're all derelict in any case. This is the main road on what I call the east side, and there was some great restaurants there, and a supermarket. I particularly like the Big Bad Wolf place. That was really nice. And this is another place, Augusta's, that I went to, and another place which is further to the west, as is this hotel. But yeah, all very nice. So this is what I call the entrance on the right hand side, and the path here going down to the road, and there's space for hire cars and hiring those 4x4 things, stuff like that. The path is very uneven, and the one on the right there is a dead end. It's an old hotel in front of this one. So yeah, it is uneven, and I'm sure it does say in the travel information that do bring a torch for the evenings coming back. There are a few security lights that come on, 3 I think, but it's very uneven, so definitely recommended. Now this is the bar at the bottom. of the path up to Magda Studios. So bus stop 23, arriving at Koukounaries from Skiathos is obviously on the right. There's no actual stop, it's where all the signs are there on the right, and no actual sort of shelter. And the shelter here on the left is the one for going back, Skiathos, Sound and Port direction. And this is the other path up to Magda Studios. If you're further up towards the west side of Koukounaries, nearer to bus stop 24, where the supermarket is, and under the Pine Tree restaurant and Augustera bar and restaurant and this taverna, you can also take a shortcut to Magda Studios and apartments, unofficial shortcut of course, through this sunset hotel and pool restaurant complex. Just take this path here that I'm pointing at and just follow it up, and then come out the gates at the other side, turn left, and then Magda Studios gate is on your right. Simple as that, and it cuts out about 5 minutes walking, or 10. So it's about 10 minutes walk down to the east side of Koukounaries beach, and then there's a boardwalk that goes all along past 3 beach bars, and then you come out on the other side, and you can take the road back if you wanted, or retrace your steps, whatever you want to do. This was lunch for me, the first day, and a cheeky beer while I was checking out places to hire a boat or jet ski and all that business. This is now coming into the beach from the west side, where the bus stop 26 is, and also where the water taxi docks. More about that later as well. There's a shortcut from the beach up to the main road to save going up a steeper winding road. So the buses, so I'm staying at Koukounaries, and there's a bus from that goes from the port at Skiathos, which is next to the old town basically, and it goes to the far side of Koukounaries, which I call the west side, which is bus stop 26. And I think it's a great great idea, really, that all the bus stops are clearly numbered and referred to. So what, 1 to 26, so you know where your stop is, and when you come back at night when it's dark, even if you think you recognise something, you don't when it's dark. But the buses do have the electronic voice coupled with the GPS that tells you where the next stop is, obviously in Greek, but then in English as well, or as close to English as they can. I don't recognise the names, but I certainly recognise the numbers. So they'd say, next stop 12 or whatever. So it's a really good system, I think, and it's only €3 each way, so €6 there and back. There's also a water taxi service, which there's a clip of in this video. That's €7 each way, and that's superb. It's faster than the bus. Well, it isn't. For me, the bus stop's closer than the water taxi stop, but the journey's faster. It's €7, as I say, each way, and it's a damn sight more fun though, obviously. So I recommend that. Recommend it. But coming back, people coming back from the beach on the water taxi, quite a lot are turned away, I've noticed, because obviously they've only got so much capacity. I should also say that the buses are every 15 minutes, which is just fantastic. In the evenings, I found them to be quite busy, and sort of half nine-ish. But I mean, every 15 minutes is fantastic, and they're very well air conditioned, which is great.
Επόμενη στάση 4 Ακρόπολη. Next stop 4 Ακρόπολη.
One thing to add to that is that there's ticket sellers at most of the main bus stops on the route, so you buy your tickets from them, and usually you go in the middle door of the bus then instead of the driver's door, but the driver controls that, depending on if there's a ticket seller there or not. It's a great system, I think. So this is all about Skiathos next. And a wander around the town on a lovely Sunday morning. The main pleasure boat dock here was used in the Mamma Mia film, I believe. All the restaurants look great, comfortable. I love the port because I love boats, and the old town is just there. You just walk up from the port. There's various ways of doing that as well. This is an open air theatre where they show Mamma Mia films. I think it's every night, as well as other films, of course. I mean, the whole place was lovely. It was just lovely to walk around, have a nice leisurely breakfast or lunch. Great place. I thought this cute little fuel truck for refueling the boats was fantastic. Went on this exciting water taxi a few times. It was really great. Fun ride. Sorry. some power. Well, there's a Ryanair coming in from Milan, chartered by Malta Airways. Sounds a bit odd, but there you go. So I thought I'll hang around for that. Due in any second. I found this Angostura place really good, very friendly. If you want to watch one of the big football matches on TV, they got TVs here if you like that sort of thing. The music's nice, not loud, not really loud and all that, and the food and drink was fine, so I really liked it here. Came here several evenings, had a brunch here one day. Yeah, recommended. I'm at stop 4 at the moment, so it is Acropolis. It looks a great place just above Skiathos town, and you can walk down to the town, I believe. And over my shoulder here, which way? Yeah, over my shoulder here is one of the stretches of water that I was on the boat the other day. Acropolis looks quite good. Everywhere's obviously clean and all that. There's a few little supermarkets and bars and a number of restaurants here I can see. It looks nice down there as well. Obviously a path going down there. Nice place. Part of the walk down from Acropolis down to the old town. It's the law to stop for lunch, of course. I'm currently stood at the bottom of the hill that came down from Acropolis, past the open air theatre that's open in the evenings, where they show the Mamma Mia films. And at the bottom here is the port, and you can see behind me not one but 2 ferries that are in. One day last week there was a Navy ship moored here as well, with the officers wandering around. I took an all-day island hopping trip, and it was a full day, 9 o'clock pickup, and got back at about 8:30 in the evening, and it was only €60, including the coach pick up and drop off. The first stop was Skopelos, just a beach at Skopelos with a cafe, and then the next stop was over to the island of Alonissos, which was a pirate stronghold apparently many moons ago. From Alonissos it was back over to Skopelos and round the southern tip to the east side where the main Skopelos town is. The crew was great. It was an old family Greek sort of shipping company. I think they had something like 3 boats and that was the largest, but they were a really good crew and funny as well. I remember once or twice or 3 times we hit some big waves and he'd let them roll a couple of times, the main guy, and then he'd come on the PA system and go, uh-oh, which I thought was quite amusing. So Skopelos obviously great, and the crew pointed out all the sort of Mamma Mia locations on the way as well, which was nice. There was plenty of time for a wonder, of course, and a cheeky beer. It was actually a Skopelos craft beer, which was very nice. The views and everything were fantastic. This lady was having a photo shoot. I'm afraid I didn't join in at the end. The next day I rented a boat for half a day. Well, it's busy getting out of the harbour, all the yachts going out for the day. And the emergency boat, let's wait to see what he's doing. Oh, and another one, blimey. Oh, very busy. Can't quite see the Ryanair coming in. Well, the weather forecast lied, but never mind. It's definitely wider than the canal though, that's for sure. Oh, the sea's calmed down. Marvellous. This little beach is really close to Skiathos town, just the other side of the peninsula really. Very nice. Nice little beach. And then the big one next to it. It was funny really because the navionics was broke on the boat, but of course I could have just Google mapped it if I was lost, but you couldn't be, because all you had to do was follow that plane in. Simple as that. With Koukounaries being on the fringes of a big pine forest, I assume that's the reason why they've got their own fire truck based here in the east car park of the Koukounaries beach. So one day I took a walk through the pine forest from the south side, the Koukounaries side, through to the north side where there was several beaches. It was heavy rain in the middle of the night, surprisingly. Well, isn't, it's very green, so I think there was a clue there all the time really. It's a windy day, it certainly is. Blimey. That's what you call a tad windy, isn't it really? Yes, it's a bit windy, I say. It's a bit windy. Quite a surf going on there. I like that kind of thing. I like it. I'm thinking a crash helmet might be a good idea. Wow, fair track to the next beach. I guess that one in the distance there is where I was, Manjaki, and here, going down to the next one. Oh, this is what it's like on the other side of the island then. This is the first person I've seen with a helmet on one of those things. So I don't know who put these here in the middle of the pine forest on a fairly steep hill that only gets steeper and steeper, but it's very thoughtful of them. Great place to have a little rest. I'd say this is the best time of year for me to be here. I definitely find it too hot July and August. I mean, even these last 2 weeks it's been too hot for me really. but more tolerable, obviously. There has been times when there's been no wind at all, but usually there has been some kind of a wind or strong breeze on the go, which is good because it cools it down a bit. But I think I imagine it's also good because it's been keeping the mosquitoes away. I've not seen or felt or had one mosquito bite, so there just isn't any. Now whether that's a combination of the wind and the fact that Koukounaries area is in on the fringes of a pine forest, I'm not sure, but probably a combination of all the above maybe. But you think with it still being hot they'd still be here, and certainly the internet said they would be, but happily not. So hope you enjoyed the video. Apologies for the sweatiness, but it is a little too hot for me, and this is the last 2 weeks in September, by the way. But yeah, will I come back? Definitely. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you again. Bye for now.